Hey guys, again here. In today's video, I wanted to make a follow-up to the floaty combos video I made all the way back in June of 2018. Kingdom Hearts 3 has been out for a good month or so now, and I think I've had enough time to form an opinion and experiment with the game. In today's video, I'm primarily going to be focusing on the gameplay and nothing else. The story is going to take a back seat as I don't want to be here for 4 hours. So, let's get discussing. To get this out of the way right now, is Kingdom Hearts 3 a floating game? Yes, I would say so. However, it's not a bad thing in this game, and we'll discuss that later on. Floatiness inside of combat as well as movement can lead to a bunch of deaths that feel unwarranted. 0.2 is a game that was brought up a lot in the comment section of my video, and the reason why is this game isn't nearly as bad as Dream Drop and Birth by Sleep were, but it is still very floaty. In the Osaka team games, enemies do not react as they should. Enemies do not stagger and they absorb your hits. It's really annoying as it can lead to, yet again, more bullshit deaths. However, Osaka team seems to have learned from a bunch of their mistakes, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty fun to play, though not perfect. For instance, the humanoid boss fights in this game, while well designed, are pushovers. Let's take Dark Inferno. In theory, he should be really good. He should be a very well-designed boss fight that gives you a lot of challenge. But, because of how strong Sora is in this game, it kind of removes the fun from these fights. Let's address the elephant in the room. Sora is way too fucking strong in this game. Sora has too much at his disposal in this game, and I think it's kind of damning. You have the broken attraction flows, the most broken magic in the series, party attacks, Keyblade transformations, links, as well as shot locks. Sora has a lot. I am fully aware that the mode is on its way, but the lack of critical difficulty really keeps me from wanting to replay this game. In Kingdom Hearts 2, having Sora at level 99 in critical mode, you dealt a lot of damage, but you could still go down relatively easily even with your defense maxed out. For secret bosses, at level 99 you should still be taking a good amount of damage that could kill you very easily. However, that's not the case in this game, as Sora just tanks hits, dude. As you can see in that clip I just showed, you take little to no damage from Dark Inferno, the quote-unquote super boss of Kingdom Hearts 3. I understand that I'm level 99 in this footage, which is making the fight significantly easier than it is otherwise. However, even level 1 runs of this fight still aren't as difficult as Terra was in Kingdom Hearts 2. And again, I think that is because of how much Sora has at his disposal, even with low stats. Now if we're talking story-based humanoid fights, that's a whole nother story. See what I did there? They react properly, and due to your current placement in the game's story, you might be at a proper level that will make these fights challenging. And I can see these fights easily being fantastic if put in critical mode. However, the biggest thing about these fights that really upsets me is you can't replay them. You gotta go through the whole game again. The two shining examples will have to be the Anti-Aqua fight, as well as the Vanitas fight right after. They're both fantastic and both offer a lot of challenge and unique ways to fight. However, like said previously, I really wish you could do these fights again. And as you might notice, you can play as Aqua in this game, even if it is for a short amount of time, and here's a question that I was actually asked by a good friend. How does she feel in comparison to 0.2? 0.2 and KH3 Aqua share the same exact moveset, but due to the engine and the 30 frames per second, 0.2 Aqua is very clunky and not too fun to play as. In Kingdom Hearts 3, Aqua has the same exact moveset. However, in this game, it feels a lot better, and I don't know why. Even though not much, there still feels like there is weight behind her attacks now. They come out very fast and they hit pretty damn hard. She's a lot of fun to play in this game, and definitely better than any other version of her beforehand. Not to mention, the Vanitas AI has been completely reworked since Birth by Sleep. In Birth by Sleep, Vanitas was capable of breaking out of any combo at random, with little to no warning. In fact, I believe there is no warning at all. There might be, correct me if I'm wrong. In Kingdom Hearts 3, when you're comboing him, there is a chance that he'll break out and your lock-on cursor will suddenly disappear. When this happens, you know that he's about to attack. This was not in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. A lot of bosses in Birth by Sleep did not stagger, nor did they exhibit revenge value. Anti-Aqua is a boss fight that I mentioned earlier that I also really liked. This is my second favorite fight in the game, and to describe her, if you fought Phantom Aqua in Kingdom Hearts 0.2, then you fought Anti-Aqua. It's a very well designed fight with proper revenge value, proper staggering, and proper enemy design. Her AI is really hard hitting, but she can be countered very easily so long as you learn her pattern. Now, let's go back to what I said at the beginning of the video about this game's floatiness being a good thing. Floatiness has you lingering in the air usually, and ground combos can be floaty as well. I failed to mention this in my previous video. Kingdom Hearts 3's base combo is not floaty in the slightest. It hits hard, it comes out quick, and there's not much lag with it. Same with the air combos in this game. However, you're more vulnerable on the ground due to, well, really only having one form of dodging. The dodge roll is great, don't get me wrong, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, the air slide makes a return from the previous games as well as a very enhanced and very fantastic version of glide. But let's talk about air slide, because that was also another point of contempt for the community. Air slide was first introduced in 358 over 2 days. While it was fine there and pretty solid and recoded, in Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, and 0.2 Birth by Sleep, it's been nothing short of laggy and not fun. It takes a while for air slide to ready back up in between each one, so using it to traverse across big maps was never fun, nor did it feel rewarding. However, in Kingdom Hearts 3, the cooldown in between each air slide has been significantly reduced, and not to mention, Sora drops from it almost immediately now. As the game goes on, you'll unlock more air slides that you can stack. If you have 3 of them stacked at once, which I believe is the maximum, it might be 4, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, you get a pretty smooth air slide that can be used pretty constantly as well, because of how fast Sora falls from it. Air slide is great in this game. I'm not afraid to say it. Another thing I want to discuss is the Magic Flash finisher. This was the finisher that a lot of people hated from the early gameplay, me included. It takes the finisher a while to come out, and it looks pretty damn unnatural if you ask me. And if I'm correct, I believe in the earlier builds of the game, you were able to take damage while doing it. But in the final game, it comes out quite quick and deals a lot of damage, even if it does look unnatural. Another thing I really like is you can now dodge out of an attack, which will make fights really fun as you no longer have to commit to a combo once you start to it. If it's not obvious enough, I really like the base Sora in this game. Just simply using the Keyblade is the most fun I've had in this game. I usually avoid the magic, the attractions, and even the transformations. Using the Keyblade, like I said, is the best way to play the game, especially in the early game. Again, I don't have the proper gameplay footage, so I apologize, but in the early game, you have nothing. You only have your Keyblade, which, as I said before, is the most fun part of combat. And especially at such a low level where your Keyblade doesn't really deal too much damage, it makes fights feel a lot more fun because enemies do react properly in this game, which is something I did not mention previously. Since there's no critical mode, the most challenge you can get from this game that I would actually recommend giving a shot is doing a level 1 playthrough on any difficulty. It is now available on any difficulty, which was a change I'm very happy to see, but I would recommend Proud, as you might actually find yourself, well, dying a lot. And that's a wrap. I went on for much longer than I was anticipating, but yeah, I wanted to make a video on this game discussing my thoughts. I apologize that this video was very disorganized and kind of clumsy. As I said, I wanted to talk about it. This video was pretty negative for the most part, and I apologize for that. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 is a bad game, I just don't think it's perfect and as good as it should have been. I don't think this game is bad, and I really do enjoy it a lot. It's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. Sora just needs to be nerfed, and critical mode really needs to be added. Thank you for watching.